Y'all in first place. That's like bragging about being the tallest dude in a small man's contest. That's who y'all are. That's who y'all are. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I'll see y'all soon. I'll see y'all soon. Knowing y'all probably lose first place on Thanksgiving. Y'all sorry, son. Ooh, y'all make me sick. But I'll see y'all on First Take tomorrow. I'll see y'all.
Cowboys kept two of their pass rushers home for part of this week as a precaution. Randy Gregory was dealing with a chest cold. DeMarcus Lawrence had flu-like symptoms. I am told both players passed all their COVID tests. So as long as they feel good today, they are good to go against the Vikings. That's important for a Dallas defense that really has improved over the past 3 games. And now will have its hands full today against MVP candidate Dalvin Cook and a surging Minnesota offense. The Cowboys actually gained ground in the division during their bye week, thanks to the Giants' win over the Eagles. At 2-7, Dallas is just 1 game back in the win column of first place in the always entertaining NFC East.
Now avert the eyes of your children. NFC East is not pretty.
Jones is going to run it. And he stumbles and he falls down on the tackle.
The turf monster got him.
For the first time, the Cowboys have gone consecutive games without a touchdown of any kind.
That is picked off. 5th turnover of the game.
Seems like it's always something, right?
And the NFC East continues to perplex. One team will be in the NFL playoffs at the end of the season. You know that's going to happen.
I mean, it is easy. It's low-hanging fruit. The fruit's hanging very, very low. I mean, think about it. The Eagles are 3-5-1 in first place, and the hot team, the hottest team in the division, isn't even on the team in the hunt. They're not even sniffing it, according to all of us, even though they're just a game out, because they're 3-7 behind a 3-5-1 team. Giants on a bye week, having won 2 in a row. Who's going to win this division when it's all said and done, Irv?
My mind strains on anything that says least. It's not how I'm built. I'm always built to go for the most and all of those things. But let me try this anyway, Rich. And you see, we've seen what the Cowboys have looked like over the last few weeks. And yes, they played a little bit better in that last game. But now they go back to Andy Dalton. Let's see what COVID and all of that effects it has on Andy. We've seen what's going on in Philly. We just talked about Carson Wentz, and we'll be talking about them all day and the issues and problems they're having there. But the Giants, guys, the Giants, and I know the Giants have a tough schedule coming up, but the Giants have continuously ticked up each week, playing better and better, learning more and more about the system that they are in, and Coach Judd learning more and more about his team. I hate to say I'm taking the Giants as a favorite with that tough schedule they have, but here I want to give them some credit for playing hard and ticking up every week while everybody else has been up and down.
Well, they lost that game in which, we know Dak went out for the year. They were up in the fourth quarter in that one. They had one against the Eagles that went off of Evan Ingram's hands. They could be 7-3 if some things went the other way. So I'm with you there, Michael Irvin, even though.
What's up, big fella?
What's up, brother? You looking slim and trim? How you feeling?
Shaved up. Got a lot of vitamin D lately, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Hey, look, we loaded. Greatest of all time, and they know it. What we go to.
21 years in, bro. Did you ever think that you would still be playing at a high level, to say the least?
You'll never see another one like this one.
Everything's just kind of been a progression. I think when I was in high school, I was like, I'm going to play college football.
Touchdown, Michigan!
After a few years in college, I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to play pro football. Then I was like, of course I'm going to be a starting quarterback someday, When I reflect back and think how it's all played out, I'm just grateful to everybody who has supported me. I'm just a very, very blessed guy.
You're the greatest of all time. You're the greatest, and you're the greatest.
Belichick, Bruce Arians, polar opposites. How's that been?
Working with BA has been really great for me in a very different way. He's very tough on you when things aren't the way that they need to be.
We had a miscommunication between he and Mike. Mike read it right, and the other one was a screen pass with an outlet called, and it was a pick six. Bad decision.
There's nothing about me or my game that's infallible, you know. I'm a player like everybody else, so I'm trying to be coached, and I think the team has very high expectations for me. When I don't meet those, he should be pissed at me, you know. That's just rightfully so, and there's probably nobody more pissed than myself, but when you hear it from your coach too, you know, it does motivate you.
I've looked back in the past, I was like, man, he's been around some really talented position groups. But now, do you look at the roster and be like, there's no way we shouldn't win every single football game?
Well, I think that's kind of the easy way out, to be honest. Just because you think, oh, we're talented, we've all had production, let's just roll our helmets out there and we're going to win. I think that's actually not the case. Mike's a spectacular player. Chris is a spectacular player. Antonio's a spectacular player. But it doesn't mean, okay, great, you should go out and just figure things out. That's not the way football works. It's too difficult.
Brady slings it to Rob Gronkowski.
You've always been about your teammates. One of your teammates, Gronk, thought it was important to come out of retirement because he wanted to play with you. He's starting to seem like he's starting to get back into the Gronk of old.
Brady lobs one downfield. Caught ball by Gronkowski.
After he caught that seam last week and then ran it down to the 5-yard line, when he starts strutting on the field, you know he's feeling really good. He's a beast. His ability has been unmatched.
You mentioned Antonio Brown. You guys have a special relationship outside of just football. How important was it to get him on the football team?
I watched Antonio play for a long time and thought he was a spectacular player. You know, I think anytime you meet different people in your life and you think that you can be a mentor in some way, you know, that's something that I've always enjoyed as quarterback. Because I am older than, you know, basically everybody at this point. So, you know, I've had a lot of guys that are a lot younger that are going through circumstances that I went through when I was their age too. And when I was young, I had guys like you. I had Teddy, you know, I had Drew Bledsoe. So when I look back on my career, it's going to be about the relationships that I have. That's a big part of the reason why I still play football.
I appreciate your time, brother, as always, man. I love you and the family, and keep up the good work, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Same here, man. Great seeing you.
Two old friends catching up. And this game that Brady plays in with the Rams on Monday night will have some significant historically significant game, as it will feature the first ever all-black officiating crew. And that crew will be led by referee Jerome Boger.
123 passer rating during the Vikings' 3-game win streak, and he was about as fired up as you will ever see him on Monday night in Chicago. In fact, star running back Dalvin Cook told me Cousins even put Cook in check when Cook, the MVP candidate, was chirping with some Bears players late in that game. You got to respect it, Cook said. Kirk's in the zone. Meanwhile, the Cowboys have Andy Dalton back at quarterback following his concussion and a rough bout with COVID-19. I'm told that Dalton had a pretty good week of practice. They think he's ready to go, and they'll give him some help. All-pro guard Zach Martin moves to right tackle. Irv, can Andy Dalton reignite this offense today?
When you say reignite, I start thinking in my head, reignite him like Dak Prescott did? And no way he can do that. But maybe to some degree, he can do just that. Around here in Dallas, everybody's screaming for Gilbert. Put the kid back in. Let the kid play. But you talked about Andy Dalton and the issues that he's had. Maybe this COVID fall that Cam says had him playing poorly works opposite for Andy Dalton and makes him play better. And he gets the ball out of his hand quicker and let the playmakers on the Dallas Cowboys do their thing. So I'm saying, at least I'm hoping in my heart, that yes, they can do that. Now let's go to Indy and Stacey Dells.
Well, Irv, speaking of quarterbacks, Colts quarterback Phillip Rivers actually averages more pass yards per game against the Green Bay Packers, think about this, than any team he has faced in his career. The sample size is 4 games, 372 yards on average. But he beat him last year as a Charger. I asked head coach Frank Reich, what's impressed you most about Phillip in his first year leading these Colts? And he talked about his accuracy, which he has appreciated, but he talked mostly about his command of this offense, the day-to-day preparation with offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni Sirianni, the quarterback's coach, Marcus Brady, and just how involved he's been in the game plan. Now, Zadarius Smith, elite pass rusher with these Packers, he called Rivers this week legendary. I asked him to elaborate. Here's what he said. He can tee up on a defense real quick, can make you look silly. He's a guru, Kurt Warner, in certain situations. How does he do today against the Packers?
Well, Stacey, I think Phillip is going to do fine if they play the right brand of football. They don't want to have to keep up. They don't want Phillip Rivers to have to throw for 380 yards and keep up swing for swing with Aaron Rodgers. They've got a great defense. They want to hold this Packers offense down, and they want to